Hey, it's Guido coming at you with a tactics talk. Here we are on Swamp. We've already deployed. You can see the deployment is fairly standard. You got a few tanks up in the north, some of the mediums and such, and we've got quite a crowd going down here into the southwest corner. You'll see that they also invest a considerable amount of their top tiers into the southwest corner as well. Today I am going to talk about not really Swamp itself, although we will discuss how to tactically fight within this little castle area. But I'm going to discuss a little bit about making trades, and not just hit point trades for hit points, that meaning trading with the enemy where you hit them for more hit points than they hit you on a trade. I'm going to talk about trading hit points for positioning, which is a skill that a lot of people don't have. Most people in World of Tanks don't want to take a hit, and that's reasonable because making bad trades is a quick way out of a match. But sometimes it's a good idea. Now the M6 dies. Let's take a look at this real quick, the tactical situation. The M6 tried to make a good positioning call, but he ends up dying, and we do lose the ARL to do that. You can see they've got an IS, a T-34, KV-5, T-29. There's a prototype down below there as well, so we are a little bit outmatched based on what we brought. However, this corner is interesting because there's a lot of peek-a-boom that goes on right here, and the question becomes who can flank who. Can we push through the castle and get on their side, or can they push through the castle and get on our side? And then the next question becomes, how do we work this corner? How well do we work this corner? What kind of trades do we make? So we'll come up here. I know that the IS is busy with the IS-6. He shoots him, so I'm going to pop out there, and that's a good trade. Now, as I'm looking at this, I can tell that we are a little bit overmatched. Got less guns over here. And if we continue to sit on this corner with the IS-6, then we're probably going to get out-traded, especially considering the T-29 and the T-34. The KV-5 seems to be moving in. It's probably going to kill that STRV. And then we've got an ARL that has a pretty good gun, and that Centurion is even trolling around attempting to flank us down there. So I am going to decide that I need to make a trade. I'm going to trade some hit points for that rock right there. Why am I doing this? Because that rock is an excellent side scrape point, and it will anchor our defense on this corner and give us more options to keep them back. So I'm just going to go. I actually take a hit from the T-29, which, oh, by the way, has the small gun. And now, side scrape city. Take a hit from the IS. So much for my side scraping. However, now we've got them. We've got them stuffed. The IS-6 is side scraping. I have better options over here, and we can start working on these guys. I traded some hit points for the position. Now, they are starting to get through on the side, but the Tiger 2 is doing a nice job of keeping them back. He's going to be side scraping on his corner. So he's doing his job, keeping them busy there. We are now whittling these guys down over here. We'll end up killing out the T-29. And now the next thing to do is get rid of that T-34. Although I see a juicy artillery that does not seem to know he is spotted, and he gets taken out. Now obviously their team has collapsed and they're getting crushed at this point, but the combat power that they have is still here, and it more or less outnumbers us until we start to get some reinforcements. But you can see then I traded some hit points to get to that rock. It's just a small tactical thing, but it really started to break open that flank over there so that myself, the IS-6, and the Tiger 2 weren't all grouped up right there back behind me by that door, getting peek-a-boomed from all sides. It really changed that fight right in there. So I'll push up. I'm going to shoot. This is interesting here. I'm going to shoot him. Actually, that's not the interesting one. But I am going to use the T-29 as cover. That's a pretty standard tactical move right there. And then I'm going to shoot under his gun, because I know the T-34 takes forever to reload. So okay, that's a case of shooting under that dead tank's gun. I'm going to get hammered right here, because I lost SA on what the KV-5 was doing. I thought the Tiger 2 had him busy. I'll go ahead and use the T-29. And then this time, attempting to shoot over the gun, I actually hit the gun. So the hitboxes on things you can see can be wonky at times. It really depends a lot on your system and your graphics settings. Sometimes even mods, lots of things come into play right there. Just have to be careful, and we'll end up taking out this KV-5. And it's all over but the Schouten. The AT-8 will go down pretty quick. But you can see then, you know, it's kind of a small thing, but sometimes you need to trade some hit points for positioning. And I see time and time again people refusing to do that. A lot of teams would get stacked up behind that little castle area right there playing peekaboo, and nobody really trying to make a small tactical localized flanking move or attempting to get to better cover or a better position. So just something to think about. Hope that helps you guys out.